My name's Carol Thomas. I was born 1955. I played women's football from a very early age. I could kick a ball as early as I can remember. My dad played local football and I grew up in East Hull, Long Hill to begin with. Back in 1966 when I joined a ladies team in Hull, BOCM, I was playing women that were twice my age. I was an 11-year-old girl, and they looked after me, and again it was just enjoyable. And Flo Bilton, bless her, I've got a lot to thank Flo for. Even though I approached BOCM myself, as I was getting better at football, I moved across to Wreckage, which is the team that Flo set up. And she'd been a goalkeeper back in the 40s, had Flo, when it was really frowned upon for women to play football. So she'd kept going and battled on, and she was a lovely lady. And we always say if it hadn't been for Flo, I don't think women's football would be where it is today, to be quite honest.
Flo Bilton was top lady, she was, but I don't think she gets as much recognition as what she should have in the ladies' football now. If you couldn't drive, she'd come to your house. If she lived West Hull, you lived East Hull, she'd pick you up. And if any new girls was playing, she'd go. She'd speak to the parents on the coach, going down to places. We just used to sing and sing and sing all the way there. And Flo used to put her earplugs in. But she got fed up of hearing us all singing.
And Flo actually borrowed one of their neighbours, was Rich Carter. She borrowed one of his caps and she copied it, and she made all the England players' caps from '72 when it was first established. Well, up to the 90s, as far as I know. She certainly made my first cap, and it's something that I do treasure. She made me a special one from the 50th International that was presented to me by Tom Finney.
But we was able to then play out in the street, street football, play together, practice. Then we went to Hull City, did our training, played our games, and we was quite lucky as sisters because we was able to play in tournaments together.
I drove past the football pitch with girls playing football, and I thought I really want to give that a go, and I just parked the car up and I went and asked some of the people that were helping out whether there was a ladies team in the area, and that's how I ended up at Grimsby Town.
But I remember playing Hull Brewery in the cup final, and I was on the halfway line and I got injured, and we knew all the parents from Hull Brewery, and they was all saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I'm saying, "Yeah, I'm fine, I'll be okay." And I got up and saw the goalkeeper off the line, and I kicked the ball from the halfway line and it just floated over her head. We was just saying that, "Are you all right?" We felt sorry for you, and then you end up scoring a goal, and that was my focal point. And we won the cup as well through that goal, so it was good.
When I played for Grimsby Town, we went out on the pitch on the first day of the season twice, and the first time we went out, we were with all the men's team. We had a picture taken, and the captain was Justin Whittle that went on to play for Hull City, and all the lads were kind of messing about. They weren't interested in kind of talking to us. They just were like, just being a bit irritating really. And he sorted them out and he told them all off and he told them to have a bit of respect. And it was a really lovely moment for somebody sticking up for us and like recognising us as fellow footballers. That was really lovely.
We've been to Mallorca, we played in Mallorca, we played in Germany. We used to go down to London, and you played a game which is 45 minutes each way, got changed and come home again. And that was 6 hours travelling there and 6 hours travelling back. So you must have been dedicated if you do that. And we went to Germany, didn't we, on a tournament, a five-a-side tournament, and we got there 8 hours late, and the Lord Mayor was there with a banquet still waiting for us 8 hours later. And we played in the tournament, didn't we? Yeah. And we beat them They tried to get us drunk the night before, but it didn't work, and we still beat them the next day.
I think it's already massive. I coach or help to coach my daughter's team. She's 9, and every week we get about 1 or 2 new starters. So they've got loads of kids that age that are really interested in playing. And I think it makes a massive difference that they're on the telly. Like, they weren't on the telly when I was little. There wasn't anybody for me to watch.
There would be guys on the pitch, at the side of the pitch, walking their dogs, and you had the usual comments, and it was quite hard. So you had your own personal challenge. You had to be strong in those days to play women's football. It wasn't like some of them now. You can see the hard cases and the little tough nut girls and the ones that are a little bit softly spoken and shy. You couldn't be softly spoken and shy back then if you wanted to play football. At times it can be quite emotional. So you can go into the shops and you can see like a little group of girls outside and they've got a football, and my partner often says, what's wrong? Like, you're a bit emotional, because that's just not something that we had when we was younger. If I had a ball, people were looking at me like I was weird, whereas now it's just the norm.
When we was at school, in PE lessons, for example, us girls weren't allowed to join in the football sessions. So it was boys played the football, girls play netball or trampolining. And I remember sort of questioning it all the time, challenging my teacher, and I was like, I play football for Hull City. I can do this. Let me do PE with the boys. And I did that, enjoyed it, and I think it really helped them people sort of with the misperceptions, girls can play football to a standard that was really high.
People don't think girls would ever play football. Men just think, oh, you'll just be sat there doing your makeup and everything, but it's totally different to what people think it actually is as well. I think more girls should actually play football, because some of them quit at a young age, but they should just carry on, because they shouldn't just listen to anyone thinking that boys saying oh, you're not good enough, you're a girl. They should just carry on, not listen to anyone.
We played on park pitches because at that time, even though I didn't know it, there was a ban on women playing on affiliated pitches by the men's FA. But nowadays it's so more accessible for the young girls to play football at school, and it's absolutely brilliant to see how far that has come along. There's still work to do. There are still some schools that don't allow it, but it's 100% better than when I was growing up.
I like running, on the wings. I really love tackling and defence. I think in one of my matches I was 20 yards away from the box and I scored top right corner. That was good. I have 2. One's when I scored on my second ever match. I wasn't expecting that, and then another's when we hadn't won for a really long time, and then we unexpectedly won. I feel really ready for a party. Yeah. Just something to do on a Saturday, and it's just fun to get outdoors and just play football. Yeah.
I like it because you can make loads of friends on your team, and it helps with your team building, and you just make friends. I think my favourite memory is the beach tournament. We do a beach tournament at Bridlington in summer, and it's really fun, and then we all go swimming in the sea after.
Yeah, that's probably mine as well. Or other tournaments, because you get ice cream and it's just really fun.
Yeah.
Gets your body moving, and it just feels like you can do anything. I want to be either a footballer or a teacher, and if I was a footballer, then I might become famous and get more money. I want to be a footballer because I like the feeling when my boots touch the ground. I want to be a professional footballer. I want to be a footballer, and I want to play as a striker so I can score all the team goals and celebrate and make sure that my team's happy. It feels like it's going to be my future, so I make sure that I watch it so I can get all the skills from the players. My favourite player is Alison. She's a women player and she's really good at like defending and attacking, so I enjoy watching her play. That you can celebrate when you score.
How do you celebrate when you score?
I do Ronaldo's celebration. I'm a Man United fan.
Nice. What's the Ronaldo celebration? What was it?
Soo!
Yeah, when I was 17, I was a big deal. I drove a 67 Fairlane with really skinny wheels. 2-door high top, tree on the tree. 206 that burn regular gasoline. I put shackles on the lease brakes. I got it for a steal.
I was at my cousin's house and he wanted me to play football with him, and then I ended up starting to like it. I got involved in football by so I was playing football at school and I just really started to like it. So I joined a team. I love being in this team because we have like really good coaches and like I make like really good memories and like winning matches and stuff. I don't really have much skills, but I'm quite good at chipping the ball as well. But sometimes I'm not very good, but I like that, and then I also like dribbling the ball up sometimes. I think it was semi-finals, and we was all just really happy because we got into the final.
That's amazing. And what did you do to celebrate?
Poured water on my head.
You're drinking water?
Yeah, I drank it, but the rest of it I poured it on my head. My older sister played it and I used to go to watch her and I found it really fun. My favourite player is probably Louis Coyle and my favourite team's Hull City. My brother was playing it and then I was like, I want to do football, and then I just got into football. So my dad used to play for Hull City and I used to try it a lot at school. I love playing football most because I'm with all my friends and they're so supportive of each other, and yeah. We have one coach, Annie Fox, and she used to play for Mallet Ladies, and our manager is Alex Fox, who still plays for Mallet Ladies.
Lovely. And what makes them great coaches?
They're real supportive, even if we don't win. Like if we lose like 1 million, they'll still be so supportive and say we did a great job.
And then in 1974, Flo said to me, they're doing the first ever women's coaching course at Lilleshall, which was then the centre where all the men's football played and trained before their international matches. So I went down to Lilleshall, and the course was being run by the England manager, Tommy Tranter. And it was a week-long course, and that week I was lucky enough to pass it, so I became one of only 3 women first ever coaches, prelim coaches in the country, which was another great honour for me. But Tommy asked me to go to some England trials from that week, so he must have been impressed by my football or my attitude, I don't know, but I went to the trials, and luckily enough I got through, and I was invited to join one of the training camps for the England match coming up, and there was play in France at Plough Lane in Wimbledon. So I went down there in November the 7th, 1974, and I came on as a second half substitute, and that was my debut for the England team. Yeah, so proud to do that. You know, a young girl from Hull just wanting to play the game that she loved, and I've ended up getting selected for England. Absolutely fabulous. My first away game was in 1975. The following year I went to Switzerland, probably one of the first times I'd been out the country, to be honest, and to go to a beautiful country like Switzerland, I was again blown away by the experience and everything. And then the following year we had the Pony Home International Championship where we played Scotland and Wales, and that was held down in Enfield. And the night before, as we arrived on the Friday, Tommy came up to me and asked me to be captain. I'd only played 5 games, I think, and I was totally blown away. I mean, obviously I said yes straight away, and but to follow the first ever official captain, Sheila Parker, was such an honour. And we went on to win that tournament, beating Wales and Scotland. So that was not only my first tournament as a captain, but my first ever tournament win. Absolutely brilliant and so proud. You know, not only for myself, but for my family and the people of Hull who had supported me in my football career. In 1981, we were the first England team to play outside of Europe. We went on to a tournament in Japan because the Japanese FA, Women's FA, were trying to get the game up and running in Japan, and to go so far across there and see a different culture was absolutely amazing. And they give us all our training kit and all our playing kit, and which is something we never had for when we was playing for England. We used to have to hand the shirts back in, and then they'd be washed and used again for the next game. Then in 1982, UEFA decided that they would hold the first ever official UEFA championship just for women, and that started in 1982 and ran to 84. We won all our games. Then luckily enough we got to the final, which, you know, to be captain and get to the final of the first ever official European Championship for women was absolutely brilliant, and so proud. We came back to England. We weren't allowed to play at Wembley for whatever reason, I don't know. But Luton Town put the game on for us, which was brilliant, you know, small London club. And it rained all weekend while we were training and preparing for the game. And on Sunday, if people ever see any pictures of it, we affectionately call it the Battle of Kenilworth Bog, because the only bit of grass was down on the wings. It was just a bog completely in the middle. Had it been a men's game, it would have been called off, I think. So the following year, 1985, we'd been to a couple of Mondialitos, they call them, in Italy, and they were with the forerunner of the World Cup. It was like the little World Cup is what Mondialito means. I think we'd come third in the first one that we ever entered, and in 1985 we played the USA, Denmark in like a round robin competition, and we got to the final, luckily. We played Italy in the final and we beat them, which was a great achievement, because Italy were more or less semi-professional in those days, and for us to be a team like that on their own ground was absolutely amazing. So another first, not only for me but for the England team. Yeah, later that year I retired in the September of 85. I played my last game in Ireland and we won 6-0. I retired because I was expecting our first child, Andrew, and it was a great game to finish on. You know, we won 6-0. And Andrew's claim to fame is that he was the first man to play for the women's international football team, because I was carrying him at the time, so that was nice. And all the girls knew why I was retiring, and they were really pleased for me. I'd had 11 years playing international football. You know, I got 56 caps. You know, the first woman to get 50 caps. So that's in the history books forever. Hull has been a hotbed, Hull and East Riding, a hotbed for girls and women's football, and so many people with positive attitudes to get certainly grassroots football up and running. I think it's the determination of the Hull people and having pride in their city that drives us on to succeed in what we do. You know, if somebody tells us we can't do it, then we will do it, and we'll enjoy doing it at the same time.
My name's Carol Scholes. I'm the proud mum of Lisa Bateman. Lisa was a serving soldier in the medical corps, and unfortunately in 2020 she took her own life. So today we're out here at North Cave playing fields to help raise some money for Lisa's Ladies, GOFC, and for the police. The team was the brainchild of a lady called Helen Skinner, who works for Hull for Heroes. Football's always been a big passion of hers, and out of a stupid conversation 2 years ago saying I'd love to start a football team, and being heavily involved with Lisa's Ladies, the talking group we have, Helen got a few friends together and it's just snowballed in the last 2 years. Our first big game last year at Barton was on George's Day, and I walked out there with 20 odd girls in pink shirts in floods of tears. You know, we walked out to Lisa's favourite song, which was Usher's Yeah, and sense of pride and thinking, wow, she would have been so proud of this.
And we just thought, why just the men have something when the women need something as well? So I joined football because of my mental health. I didn't want to be here anymore, sad as it sounds, and it is really sad. But it has brought me on leaps and bounds. I don't want to not be here anymore, so it does help with mental health, just getting out there, fresh air, and being around people. I've met loads of friends who I never knew before, and they all know my circumstances, and they're all amazing with me, you know, checking on me. It's great.
The impact of mental health in football is absolutely massive. I've seen in Yorkshire alone the influx of women coming into football for that specific reason. It's tenfold, and the Lionesses have really raised massive awareness for that, and everyone's jumping on board. It's fantastic. The things that I enjoy about football is it's a family that you choose, and it's people that you choose to be around and spend your time around, and you're focusing on an end goal together, and it brings a camaraderie within the team that's powerful. My favourite player is probably Chloe Kelly, just because she's fearless.
I got involved with Lisa's Ladies through a friend. She was going down, so she asked me to go down, knowing that I've played football in the past. I've been playing football since I was 14. I do suffer from mental health issues, so obviously going down and playing football, which is something I enjoy, getting to know the ladies, it was just like a stress relief at first, but now it's become really fun and enjoyable, and I really look forward to coming every week. Obviously women, when we were young, it was very rare to watch women's football, because obviously I'm 50 now, so women's football wasn't really around when I was younger, so it was mainly men's.
I'm one of the coaches for Lisa's Ladies, which is a charity team based with Hull for Heroes. I guess I got started because a few years ago both my organisation and Hull for Heroes were one of the charities for Reckitt's, so I used to meet Paul and Helen a lot. And I used to joke with her about setting up a women's team, especially after the Euros. And next thing I know, we're at a meeting, she says, would you like to be coach? So that's how I got involved.
For me, it's watching the other women enjoy it, because obviously I started it. I don't always play in it, I don't always get to train in, but it's being able to see all these women who've now got new friends. They're a great group of friends. Women tend to bond quite quickly, so they've become a really good group of friends. It's not just about the football now, they go out together, they've made friendships through the football team, and it's seen when people tell you that it's really impacted on their mental health, it's made them feel better, they love coming to training, so it's that side of things for me that has made it great. It's not about winning the games, I'm not bothered about that, it's great if we do, but it's more about the women enjoying themselves and it's improving their mental health.
Today, obviously, it's a special occasion, Donna Nicholas Charity Day. when I was the manager of Hull City Ladies, Donna was one of my players. She played in goal for us, so it's a really special day for myself and the Hull City Ladies vets that are coming down today and taking part in the five-a-side tournament that's going on right now.
But I think this is our fourth one running, so just different activities for the kids. We've got had a five-a-side tournament this morning, still going on. Got barbecue, raffles, so it's just fantastic to see everyone's support.
Our daughter, Donna Nicolay, she was the goalkeeper for Hull City Ladies for many years before she went and pursued her career in America. And that sort of pulled me away a little bit from Hull City Ladies. Donna then came back to the UK. Again, she got involved a little bit in the Hull City Ladies, so we were just there as supporters. And then unfortunately we lost Donna to suicide in 2019. And we wanted to do something to really open up mental health awareness and to try and tease out. It's a lot easier to talk about things like mental health if you're in a group of people, you know. So the event today is about fun football and trying to get the local community together and some outside interest into the foundation and to raise money for the foundation. Because that's all, the emphasis on the foundation is all about empowering females through sport and football. So the foundation set up to enable right from the young people, sort of from the age of 12, 13, to develop them through and see if they want to participate in sport, if they want to take on an active role as an official or a coach, or be part of the management team, or just generally supporting and volunteering.
Well, we was good friends with Donna Nicolay, who was our goalkeeper for Hull City, so obviously this whole event started because of her, and we've just been carrying on coming every single year.
It means a lot to all of us, to be honest, just to raise awareness around the whole thing for Donna really, and keep her memory alive. Yeah.
After I'd retired, after I had Andrew in '86, I had a few years off, obviously, because Mark came along 2 years later. And then in the early 90s, there was AFC Preston were just starting up, and some of the girls that I played with before asked me if I'd go and help them start up this team. So I said, yeah, I'll come along just for a season and help you get established. And then I carried on playing. I played for Preston for quite a few years. And then we moved across to Bransburton and played for Bransburton. And they were the last team when I finally retired in 2005. Maybe I was 54 when I finally hung my boots up. Walking football, or the futsal football that they're playing here tonight, is just one of the major parts of it, of getting women and girls that sometimes out playing football. I think after tonight I might consider it seriously. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and just getting about, talking to the ladies there, and again telling them about my career.
Currently working for the Tigers Trust. My role is Social Inclusion Manager and Safeguarding Lead, and that's all about increasing participation levels, inspiring communities in Hull and the surrounding area. So the women's walking football is one of the sessions that I lead on. Get small numbers, but it's a really good social atmosphere for the ladies to come and have a relaxed game of football. Ladies all get on really, really well. It's great that Carol's come down tonight and popped in and shown us. I think they're doing a bit of a Q&A with her now, and asking her about her history playing for England and stuff.
Hi, I'm Carol, and I came initially because I knew Kaylee from Rounders, and they said, why don't you come to walking football? At which point I said, I've never played football in my life, but it was just a good laugh. I think if it was too competitive or it was too skillful, I would feel a bit left, a bit embarrassed that I can't actually have got no football skills. I'm just a bit of exercise and a bit of a laugh.
I think it's great because quite a few of the ladies here tonight haven't kicked a ball for ages, if indeed they've kicked a ball at all. And it's getting them out. And again, people talk about mental health and issues. It's great for mental health. Come in and we've just had a good chin wag while we've had a rest. And I think that you can see on the faces that they thoroughly enjoy it, and it's good for their well-being as well.
Starting to play like in my late 20s. And having an opportunity now in our 50s and 60s to carry on playing, although at a more suitable pace, is just amazing.
I'm the club ambassador for Hull City Ladies. Now we're going into schools and promoting grassroots football. When I retired, our history was lost, sort of thing. And now I think it's nice for me to be able to go into schools and tell my story to the youngsters and tell them that if they carry on playing girls, women's football, they can achieve what I achieved, because certainly nowadays the structure's there for them to be picked up and to go forward. But like I say to them, as long as they're enjoying the football, what will be will be.